Hello gamers, and welcome back to another Deck Tech. Today, I'm calling this deck 2024, aka the New Year's deck. We got a new year coming up, so right around the end of 2023, so let's make 2024. You see what I did there? I'm kind of a genius, alright? And let's talk about it. New year, run in Zopandrel, Hunger Dominus. He's 7 mana, 5, and 2 green. He's a Phyrexian Horror, who cares? Reach, don't care. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Then, you can also sack 2 creatures for like 2 green mana or 4 life, and put an indestructible on him, which is what we want. We want him to be indestructible, very hard to get rid of, because he's kind of our entire engine. The mindset is you can't swing any creature that's not 2024, okay? So that's what our whole deck is surrounding, all right? We're going to want to make 20 power, 24 toughness creatures. So how are we going to do that? We're going to get to our desired number, then we're going to double it, then we're going to be festive, have some champagne, stuff like that, chat back and forth with our friends while we have our 2024 on the table, and then we're going to win, because 20 power and 24 toughness is very scary and a lot of damage, so you're going to win most of the time. Okay, let's get into the Holy Trinity. I scoured through the archives, through the indexes, to find these 3 artifacts that do exactly the same thing, a little bit differently, but are quintessential for this deck, all right? First, we got the mana crypt of this deck, Spider Silk Net. It is 0 mana, aka why it's the GOAT, and it gives creature +0/+2 and has reach. Who cares about the reach part? It's the +0/+2 we care about, which you'll see on Prosthetic Injector. For 1 mana, you get a 0/+2, okay? And Toxic 1. Who cares? If you win off Toxic, you deserve it, but most likely, you're going to win by just having a big stompy guy. Mirror Shield, same thing, but cares about Death Touch. Doesn't matter. It's also hexproof, which is kind of nice. Doesn't matter. They all do +0/+2, which is going to make our 10/10s, into 20/24s when we're done with it. So let's talk about some of the guys we're running in here. We got Apex Altasaur. He's 9 mana. He fights a bunch of dudes. Pretty sweet. He's like a board wipe on our side because he fights a bunch of dudes and kills them all. Primeval Protector. Most likely, actually, you can get this guy out pretty relatively quickly if you have a lot of tokens on the enemy team. Okay, we like to see it. I would not put him out there while you have your other 10/10s though, because he puts +1 counters on each other creature you control, which can get into some shenanigans later. Okay, but he's a 10/10. We love to see it. Desolation Twin. I would recommend hard casting this because what's better than 1 10/10, 2 10/10s. All right, love to see it. Speaking of Eldrazi twins, we're running Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, and also Ulamog of the Infinite Gyre. Very swag. Both these brothers, aka the same person, are 10/10s, which is what we want to see. So let's get into the math here. The New Year's Mambo combo goes as such. We're going to use Monster Manual, or we're going to use Tooth and Nail, or we're going to use Elvis Piper to get out Ulamog, or one of our big scary 10/10 Eldrazi monstrosities that our opponents are going to be very frightened of. Then we're going to slap on some, Phyresis type stuff with the Prosthetic Injector, okay, giving it 10-12 power. All right, you can see that right here. I made a little graph for you. 10-12, all right? Then we're going to have our commander out, Zopandrel, the Chad, and then he's going to double it to 2024. Then we're going to pop the champagne, laugh in our opponent's faces because we're so strong and so festive, okay? But you're wondering, what if it's too strong? 10/10s are pretty average, but we're a mono green deck. We're running creatures that are stronger than 10/10s, such as Blightsteel Colossus, which is 11/11. It That Betrays, which is also 11/11. Maybe Darksteel Colossus, also 11/11. Maybe we got Galta and Galta that are 12/12s. Maybe we even got Kozilek, who's a 12/12. Okay? Well, the answer to that is my brain is huge and I have no flaws. So we're going to run Belt of Giant Strength, which can turn your 11/11, 12/12s into 10/10s for free because it costs X less for the creature that it's targeting since its base power will be too high. So basically, for free, you can nerf your own creatures and then make them stronger. Exactly. We've also got Gnarled Effigy. For 4 mana, you tap it and put a -1 counter on target creature. Doesn't say anything about if you control it or not, which means you put it on your own creature to make it smaller, to make it bigger later. Exactly all part of the plan. We also got my boy Grim Poppet. All right, he's 7 mana. Who cares? We're mono green. We have a lot of ramp. Or you can just cheat it out. Who cares? And it comes into play with 3 -1 counters. You can remove it anytime, by the way, instantaneous speed, and distribute it around. If you got a 12/12, you take 2. If you got 11, you take 1, etc. This guy's basically your little storage of making your creatures fit perfectly into the plan. Not to mention, we've also got Serrated Arrows and Contagion Clasp, Defiant Great Maw, some of the big guys like Crocodile the Crossing, etc. We got a lot of these guys from like Amonkhet that basically just let you put a -1 counter on target creature you control. And then it makes you stronger because you double it and you make it 20-24. Otherwise, you would just be having like a 22-22, which is not fun. And that's no one's gonna live that long. So exactly. So that's about the end of this deck tech. Let me know what you think. Leave a like and subscribe if you are excited to play Magic the Gathering in 2024. I certainly am. I just want to wish you all a happy New Year's, gamers. From me, little old me over here at Quips and Guac. So yeah, have a good one. See you next year.